What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the channel for the first time if you are new. We are coming back from our brief 2-3 week hiatus. With the new year coming around, a lot of activities for the both of us are kicking up, and the end of college football was a busy time for us, and so we were wrapping all that up, tying up a bunch of loose ends. But we're back today talking about some big news in the NBA world, some surprising / not so surprising news. Kyrie Irving has requested a trade from the Nets with less than a week away, only 6 days away from the trade deadline, and he's requesting a trade. Now, Drew, the story is basically there was some terms in the contract that the Brooklyn Nets put in that Kyrie thought were undeserving, and that's basically what they're saying the case is. But I think everybody knows that there's a whole lot more going on underneath under the lines, in between the lines. Kyrie's had a long and bumpy history with the Nets, but when he's been able to play for the Nets, he's been going off, averaging almost 30 points a game. I mean, he's still the Kyrie of old. The problem is you just can't contain Kyrie. I mean, it's no secret. Kyrie is a guy who he's going to do his own thing. He's his own guy, and he embraces his individuality definitely to a fault. I mean, let's just be honest. Throughout this guy's whole career, he's never been a team guy. LeBron was only able to keep Kyrie in check when he was young, and then once Kyrie got the fame from LeBron and the success that LeBron gave him, that's when he got the big head and said he didn't need LeBron. And then look how his career has gone since then. He's obviously leaving KD in the dust. And the Brooklyn Nets this season, when KD was active, they were one of the hottest teams in the East. It's obvious that any team is going to be a championship caliber team with KD, just a generational talent. But he's getting left in the dust by Kyrie. So, Drew, kicking it to you, what are your thoughts on this Kyrie situation with only 6 days left? There's word that the Lakers want him. Do you think LeBron is going to be able to, keep Kyrie on a leash and kind of keep him contained in LA?
A lot of the things you said were spot on about Kyrie, but first and foremost, let's not forget the talent that Kyrie's going to bring to wherever team he goes. Yes, we know Kyrie's going to do his own thing. Yes, he's always going to end up in the news. He just can't go a month or two without just not making some noise. He's going to do his own thing. He wants to be known. He wants the attention on him. And he's a different guy now than when he was playing with LeBron on the Cavaliers back in 2017, 2018. A younger player who was up and coming. Obviously, those finals, especially in 2016, hitting that game winner against the Warriors in Game 7. Things like that really propped him, up. And after a while, it was pretty clear that Kyrie was ready to lead his own team, or so he thought he was. And then we saw him go to the Celtics. We saw him go to the Nets. And you're spot on about the whole not being a team player thing. That's something that we know. And he's proved time and time again he's doing things and making decisions that are better for himself, that he believes are better for himself, rather than his team. He's not willing to stick around and build a team from the ground up. And I still think he's in a pretty good situation with the Brooklyn Nets. There's so much more going on behind the scenes. It's more than just a contract thing. It's got to be something to do with teammates. There's just absolutely no telling, and maybe as the season goes on, maybe later down the line, we'll find out some more information about that. But to answer your question about the Lakers, there was a lot of talk, I think, in this past offseason about Kyrie possibly going to the Lakers, and I think he would complement the Lakers very well. Obviously, pairing him up with LeBron, two former teammates. Obviously, when you get that going, two guys that have won a championship together, there's probably going to be more good things than bad, right? And of course, the talent that Kyrie's going to bring, let's just not forget, he's still the Kyrie of the old days, if not better. What we've seen him do this year and recent years, he's done a terrific job with scoring the basketball, making his phenomenal plays, and making his teammates better. And I think with the Lakers, the Lakers have a lot of players that if they play around a good floor general and they can find another three-point shooter on the court to space things out, I think Kyrie would be a great fit. And I think LeBron would be a good mentor for him. I wouldn't really say a mentor, but I think he would have the ability to keep Kyrie in check. LeBron's played with a bunch of different people, a lot of different personalities. That is the guy that you would want on your team. If you have a bunch of different personalities, you kind of need to be checked.
Yeah, one thing I'll rebuttal you on is you said that Kyrie can be a number one player. I've never thought that Kyrie could be the number one on a championship team. Kyrie, in my opinion, is one of the top tier number two guys you can have in the league right now, right up there with Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. And, although you can argue Jaylen Brown in clutch moments has been bigger than Jason Tatum, but that's a whole nother argument. But, yeah, to your point, Kyrie Irving is one of the best guards in the NBA, and he would complement the Lakers 100% because LeBron needs the ball out of his hands. He needs someone that he can give the ball to and just let them work. His usage rate for year 20, it's just way too high, and he's still, dominating these games, but he cannot be as ball dominant as he is. I mean, you've already seen his defense has taken a huge fall just because it's taken too much out of him. You're starting to see that, father time is starting to creep in on LeBron, although, he is still as great as he's been playing. And someone like Kyrie will definitely be huge. But the question is Kyrie going to be able to deflect and, be a number 2 guy and put his ego to the side and answer to somebody? Because that's been the problem. And, as great as he is, none of that matters if you're not on the field or on the court. And none of that matters if, you're destroying the team chemistry. And, the Lakers, I wouldn't say they have the best team chemistry right now. LeBron's obviously frustrated with the young guys on his team and the lack of production that they've had. So, adding Kyrie, it could, be a great success for the Lakers, or it could, start rolling their failures down even more, because the Lakers are on the brink of making it or breaking it. They do have a long way to go, but if they can make a big move like this before the trade deadline, they could definitely be in position.
Yeah. I completely agree with you when you said how Kyrie could either really make or break. He can make the situation better, or he can make it a lot worse. Like we said, we don't know a lot of the details about the whole Kyrie Irving requesting a trade. We don't know if it's something that involves teammates. The last thing the Los Angeles Lakers need right now is locker room turmoil. Of course, any team that's below 500, the chemistry is probably not going to be the greatest. You're going to have some finger pointing. And especially when you have a lot of star players and rookies mixed in together, there is going to be chemistry issues. There's just age gaps. There's a lot of rookies and younger players that are playing for the Lakers right now that are probably playing a little bit scared. Scared to make mistakes in front of, LeBron, the LA crowd, AD. So I do think the Lakers could use another veteran player, and I do think I think the Lakers is the best bet for Kyrie. I don't think, if there's going to be anyone that checks Kyrie and lets them know, like, look, this is how we need to use you for this team, it's going to be LeBron James. There's a lot of talk about him probably going to the Heat. There's talk about him going to the Mavericks to team up with Luka. I don't think either one of those teams is going to fit him well. He's going to try to take over as the number 1 for either one of those teams. And like you said, and I do agree, whenever he's the number 1, option, he's just not going to lead a team to a championship. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more NBA content. And, of course, we still do our college football thing. We're going to be doing some recruiting news, and any other big news that comes out for college football. We'll be on top of that as well. It was just a little bit of a break that we took for a couple weeks. It's not like we went anywhere. We're not quitting or anything like that. But we will be coming back with some more content, so please stay tuned for all that. And like I said earlier, just please subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. But we'll see you guys in the next video.